Hey guys, this is Rick. Welcome back to our channel. Today we got a special treat for you. So this weekend is also WECFest 2023. We got a couple months out before NS Expo up in Atlanta. So this video I know a lot of you guys have been waiting for. Sorry it took so long, but we had a lot of other projects. So let's take a look what we're doing today. Our latest new product is our full carbon gloss hood vents, which you see here. Let's take a quick peek at the car. As you know, a couple of you guys already have these pieces. Installation, you guys asked us how to remove it. So here we actually pulled it off the car so you can kind of see this is what it looks like when it's naked. You can see the tape still there. And you can see the vents are missing. But one of the things I want to show you before we put them on is how to take it off. But also, if you guys want to, this is the perfect time to take the black vinyl wrap and wrap the inside edges of this thing, because when you put the trim on, you're gonna see the white, right? As some of you guys found out. And it's a lot easier to wrap it when it's off the hood. So quick shot, this is what the car looks like, naked, no hood vents. And over here on the table, we got a couple pieces for you. The one here, this is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. These pieces are the original OEM pieces, so I'm gonna give you a close-up look at them. The OEM pieces, they're just white. You know, you can see how the mesh is attached. The screws holding the mesh on, and then there's plastic clips. These are the plastic clips that hold the whole assembly on the hood and from flying off. Initially, we had these vinyl wrapped, so that's what these are right now. They're just vinyl wrapped. But you can see the difference between that and the full carbon pieces. I mean, from a distance, it's hard to tell the vinyl wrap, but side by side, it is very easy to tell the difference. And me being a little bit OCD, the vinyl wrap is just not perfect. When you get up close, you get imperfections, you got bubbles in them. This piece is 100% carbon. We duplicated all the clips. So it's a direct drop-in fit. So this video will show you how to remove the old factory vents. Then we're gonna show you how to install the carbon fiber vents. So follow me and let's get this thing going. All right. The first thing we have to do is get the proper tools. So make sure you have the right pry tools. Take a look at these tools. This is what we're using. It's imperative you use the right tools for the job. First step, of course, you do need a heat gun. So you're gonna heat up these plastic vents. Each one takes about 30 seconds or so to heat up, as mentioned earlier. Here you can see we're using the pry tool to remove each of the clips. You can see the clips from underneath. So if you're peeking underneath the hood, you can see strategically where they are. Or if you have our carbon vents, you can just use that as a guide and then look at where the clips are to be released. And here we're going underneath the vent with the trim removal tool. You can see how it pops out. Just take your time, look for each of the clips, and then lastly, when you do get the last clip out, it just slides out like that. Just so you guys know, the heat gun's main purpose is to soften the double-sided tape underneath. So by heating it for about 30 seconds, it softens the tape enough for it to be easily released. All right, so today's a nice day. We're actually outside, cars next to us. We're gonna do this right here in front of you so you can see what is being done. And again, this is a carbon vent for the driver's side. So we're not gonna do anything with this right now. We'll just leave it over here. We're gonna start taking the screws out. These are just basically standard Phillips screws. You got 8 of them. So we started taking them out here. So I'm gonna take out the last 2 here. So you got a total of 8. Now, in case you're wondering, the dealer, when they sell these parts, they sell these 2 pieces separately. So you got the mesh, which is this piece right here. You can see it's got a curvature to it. And then you got the vent piece. So you don't have to buy a new one of these. You can just transfer the one that we're doing. We're gonna move it from here to this one. Or if you wanted to, you can buy another vent and then keep this all one piece and keep it stored away. But there's no reason to, so we took it off. 8 bolts, the pieces off. Make sure you don't scratch it, put it somewhere safe. You're gonna see there's gonna be clips on here. Each of these clips need to be removed. There's 8 of them, so we're gonna pull these clips out, and then we're gonna transfer them over to the carbon piece before we reattach the mesh grill. So let's do that next, all right? This, you'll probably just need a small flathead. Just pop these out one at a time. So let's do that right now. All right, as we put these screws back in, because we transferred all the clips over, I noticed a couple things. Because remember how earlier I told you some of these clips got painted and some didn't? So the ones that did get painted over, they might be a little tight, like these 2 down here. So I really had to get that screwdriver underneath to pop it off because the paint basically bonded the clip to it. You can see how the paint's been gone, but so just work slowly. Make sure you don't scratch the surrounding areas. Use a flathead, and then you can lift it out. So we got all the clips out, so they're transferred over here. What we're doing right now is finger tight only. Just put each bolt in, a couple turns, but don't tighten it because we want to make sure it's centered correctly. So right now we're just putting the last 2 bolts in. All right, so put that bolt in. As the bolts go in, kind of look at it, make sure the mesh looks right and it's about centered on the clips, which they are right now. So when they're all centered, everything looks good. Start from the middle and then tighten it out. Again, just finger tight right now. We're not going to max. We're just tightening it all down. Make sure it looks good. All right, so that's the bottom 2. Now right there. All right, so with the mesh transferred over, you're already 50% of the way there. So now, there we go. That's a whole piece, ready to roll. So that's I think the easy part, transferring the mesh over. So now that we got this all done, we're gonna go back and I wanna show you something before we go and put this. Obviously, we're gonna repeat this for the passenger side. Let's take a look at something over here. So with this piece in here, let's just imagine it in the vehicle for a second. So here's a piece on the vehicle. We're gonna first clean off the old tape, obviously. So all the old tape has to come off. We'll clean it up. We'll apply some new tape. But before we do it, you see how right now when you look through it, you can see all the white behind it, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some 3M vinyl. We're gonna go in here and we're gonna vinyl this section right here. So all the visible areas around here. All right, so we're gonna vinyl all this. I'm not sure how we're gonna do this, but we may have to do this as well. But basically we wanna hide all the white. So when the mesh goes on, you don't see all the white peeking through. All right, last few shots. No hood vents. Hood vents coming. All right, so we're back. We spent about maybe 20 minutes on this. So we cleaned out the inside first and then we did the vinyl wrap. I haven't cleaned the sticky stuff off yet, so that's next. But you can see what we did here. We just wrapped the inside in gloss black. Doesn't take that much, but it does make a big difference because now, let's go grab the vent, you can see. So, oh, I should note, you don't need to wrap this upper area because this part of the vent will cover it, so there's no need to. So you just wrap it up to this section right here. So now when the vent goes in, we'll just position it here. You can see how it's all black now, right? So let's get this cleaned up. Let's get this vent on and then we'll repeat for the other side and we'll come back and show you how it looks. Oh, the film that we used, if you guys want to know, is just 3M 2080 series wrap film, nothing fancy, just gloss black. You can do matte black if you want. It's all personal preference. One side finished, all black. One side to go. Got to clean that tape off again. But you can see here, all black. Looking pretty good. All right, we finished wrapping the other side. I wanted to show you guys something else I should have mentioned earlier before we put it in, but this one's already almost in, so I'm just gonna show you with this demo one, right? So basically, the vent sits like this. When you wanna pull it out, after you separate it with the blue tool you saw earlier, you pop it up, the thing has to slide out this way. And as it slides out, you wanna wiggle it like an S shape to work it around these clips. Be very careful because you don't want the clips to scratch the paint. So as you pull up and out, you want to kind of wiggle it to get it past this, like an S, and then it slides out. And vice versa, when we're putting this back in, it goes in this way. So you kind of starting from the head, you're going in, and then you're kind of wiggling left and right to work your way around all these clips. until you get it to that point where it needs to sit. Once it's slid in all the way, then make sure all the clips are lined up. These are not touching the paint before you snap it in. So in this case, this one right here, we've already done that. We wiggled it in. I have the vinyl tape underneath, so we wiggled it to where this part lines up perfectly with the body. And you double check all the clips, the tape is in there. So now when you're done, you just press down and you'll hear it snap in place. There you go. So it's all in, it should be flush. So looking at it, it was a finished product on both sides. And that completes the installation of the hood vents. Of course, we're gonna close the hood, go get this thing washed to get it ready for the show tomorrow. Hope this video has helped you guys out. If you guys really like these videos, please like and subscribe. It helps us out to make more videos for you guys. Questions, comments, shoot us an email, message us. Appreciate you guys watching. Till next time, see you later.